In this episode, Ben might have found the reason for that.
I might have found the reason for that. Morning. How we doing, guys? It's me. I'm back. I'm back for a quick update for you. It's not going to be a big one. It's not going to be a long one. But I've got new stuff. You may notice that I'm all like lit up. Father Christmas delivered me some stuff. A new microphone for my camera, and I've now got a light. So it's even variable. Look at this. Crikey. But either way, my biggest issue, not in life, but one of my big issues, excuse the noise, it's really windy, as I'm sure you know, because most of you are in the UK. One of my big issues is that the camera's crap when it's dark. And I was like, you know what, this was not cheap, but it's got to be worth it so that I can create some content and film some content at night. So that's what I've done. I've bought myself a light. I've come down here today, so I've got a few issues with the unit, right? You know this if you've been on the channel for a while. I don't really like it down here. However, the guy that I rent it off, and I rent a bit of space off, he's a lovely bloke, and he's done me a solid for a long time. So I can't complain. It's safe and it's dry, and that's what that's the main thing, isn't it, for this relic. I've come down here today basically because I need to get that engine in there before I get a new unit. So I need to take it all together. So I need the unit in, I need the engine in. I can't put the engine in until I clean up the engine bay and remove everything, get it all fully cleaned up, which is what I've come down today to do. So I'm going to do that today. I have thought that there's going to be a little bit of a problem though, because I'm going to do it as a big reveal what colour this is going to be, right? So the fighting talkers, they know what colour this is going to be, but nobody else does. I am going to get to a point where I'm going to need to start prepping and spraying the inside of the engine bay ready for the engine to go in. And after that point, I can't show you it because then you're gonna know what color it's gonna be. So then it's gonna ruin my big reveal. So, you're here now. I'm gonna do a little bit of work. You're on the big tripod today. Do you feel all elevated? And you're not getting swung around all over the place? Right, I've just Googled some cocktails names. So, go and get yourselves a beer, go and get yourselves a brew, or Manhattan, yeah? That's what you need today, guys. That's what you need. It's that awkward point, isn't it, between Christmas and New Year right now. Shh. No one knows what to do, and you get to that point at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Is it just me that you go, is it too early for a beer? So that's why I'm down here doing this. Those of you that have been on the channel for a while will remember this. You see all these electrics here. A lot of that is now redundant. So I plan to literally replace all that. There's an aerial there, coax cable for a stereo. We're a long way off that. Right, I'll just get removing stuff. Everything's rotten, like all these hoses completely, can you see that? Completely knackered, split. So these all need to be replaced. All the plastics are brittle. No good, it's no good, man. So they're all going in the bin. So I'm just filming stuff for my own reference really, for when I put it all back together. I've still got all the pictures for when I took the engine out. Everyone's always said, if you remember back to the start, about the overheating issues with this on the V8. Everyone was like, oh, the cooling system isn't good enough. It doesn't cool properly, it overheats all the time. I might have found the reason for that. So when I was stripping the engine ready for paint, and cleaning the engine up, I got to the thermostat housing, took the thermostat housing off, found the thermostat has got 3 spot welds on it. Like, what's that about? The only thing I can think is, everything on these engines is super expensive, right? So everything on the Rolls-Royce engine, I looked at, here's one for you, I looked at buying a replacement engine for it from Flying Spurs, a reconditioned engine. I thought, it's got to be a 6.7 litre. Let's see how much a crated engine is, right? They're not new, they're reconditioned though. Have a guess, I'll give you 3 seconds. £21,000 for a new engine. So, that engine is worth a lot of money, believe it or not. It's probably, well, it's definitely worth more than this. However, every part for this thing costs a fortune. So like rocker cover gaskets cost a fortune, everything costs loads of money. So I think whoever's done this, or whoever's subsequently worked on it, has basically realized that a thermostat for it is probably gonna be about, I don't know, but I'd imagine probably about 120 quid, 130 quid, because they're just not really made anymore. So what they've done is they've welded it shut. It's welded closed, which makes no sense. If you were gonna weld a thermostat in any position, why would you weld a thermostat? But you would just remove it, wouldn't you? If it was me and I was bodging it and you just wanted it to just run, you just wouldn't fit a thermostat, surely. So, I mean, tell me in the comments, what do you think? I don't know. So that's probably got something to do with why it over bloody heats all the time, because the thermostat's not opening, because it's welded. Right, I'm just gonna keep going, removing stuff. I've just come to use my air sander. Tried to connect it, won't go on. I was like, oh, what's that? Have a look at it. Somebody has kicked my air sander down the path, probably. It's all battered here, and it's knackered that connector. All of these connectors are in my van, which isn't here. So I have got another connector I can replace it with, but I haven't got one here. I just need out of this unit. I just gotta get out of here. It drives me insane. I hate people touching my tools. I hate it. Oh well, smile and wave then, smile and wave. Okay, so that, I imagine, is the old vents that got welded up. Seems relatively solid. So that can all be cleaned up. Nothing's too scabby. So I've got a bit of a shopping list. On the wonk. Right, I appreciate fully that this has probably been a bit lame, but the main thing I wanted to do was come down and basically make a start on prepping this. This side is coming up nicely. I now know what I need. Oh, look, there he is. There's my boy. There's the Rom Dog. Right, here's the engine. I've stripped the top end. Well, I haven't. The heads are still on. But I've stripped the inlet manifolds off and rocker covers. So they are all going to be cleaned up. Manifolds coming off to be cleaned up. The other side's obviously been done. The rest of it is just going to have a general tidy and clean. Then it's going back in. So the rocker covers are going to be sprayed a decent colour, let's just say that, right? Obviously we've got all of Charlie's repairs that he did. I need to whip their exhausts off because these are all going to be chromed up, re-chromed, well, stainless. It's all going to be a stainless system. They're going to come back. I know there was talk about potentially having stacks. I've gone off that idea now. These are going to come along here and have side exits here. I'm going to clean up all this scabbiness. You don't want to watch me just doing that. You want to just see it when it's done. So to be totally honest with you, you're not going to see this truck a lot now because I don't want to give stuff away. But there may be, I might film it in black and white. But the inside, the seat, the Recaros to go in here, So they're going to be fitted. We've then got to do all the sleeping area because there's going to be a bed on there. It's all going to be done incredibly. Oh, look at the mould. Look at the mould spores on there, man. Not good. Ugh. I've probably just caught some like rare form of Ebola or something like that. It's also just quite boring. A lot of it is boring stuff. I'm just going to be cleaning everything up, but I promise you all of this wiring is going to be completely tip top when it's finished, because when it's at shows, I want the whole point of it is bonnet's going to be wide open. Also, remember, we are going to Shedfest on May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. That's also my daughter's birthday. So Olivia, happy birthday on that day, and she's going to be coming with us. I'll try and get one more video out before New Year, but if not, I'll speak to you in the New Year. Have a great New Year. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you had got lots of nice stuff. But from me and Reggie, up in our horrible unit, I'm going to look at a unit on the 3rd of January. So hopefully things will move quite quickly after that, and we can get things progressing with this. It's very hostile down here, and I can't really come down very often. So I can't say too much, but that's why I'm being held up on this. Thanks guys, much love. See you on the next one.
Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So